when we look at the universe, when we look from the microcosm to the macrocosm, and especially within ourselves and all of nature, we see these two elements represented. What does that mean to you in terms of society, in terms of the individual, man or woman, excuse me, man or woman? How does that tie into sort of our everyday lives?
Yeah, well, I mean, it really is the question because it's one of the universal principles of polarity and duality, and all things have a front and a back. All things have a yin and a yang. As you know, that the famous Tao symbol that people can visualize that is half white and half black, and it has a swirly, squiggly line down the middle. But in the white half is a circle of black inside it, and in the black half is a circle of white. So I like to explain the concept of the masculine and feminine, the duality principle that is all of existence, not just us as human beings. But I like to give people that visual of the Tao symbol, that the black has the white in it and the white has the black in it, even though either one might be predominantly identifying or more expressive of one than the other, but we are all of it and both. And I think that's a very important concept for people to wrap their brain around and really open their mind to, because first of all, let's just be clear, one is not better than the other. Okay. What we have to understand is we are all of it. And then to have the wisdom and the discretion to know when is it appropriate to express one part of myself more than the other. And we can talk about this too with, I know you are very interested in helping people grow their personal wealth and their independence and their financial freedom, and even start up their own businesses. And it's very important that at times to have the discretion to know when you want to be in that masculine energy, that masculine essence of getting things done and staying focused and all of that. But then really true wisdom comes with going within and sometimes listening to others. So being receptive to advice, opinions, but then weighing it against your own intuition, your soul, your gut. And the best leaders and the ones that are also the most loved and the most successful, happiest people have that balance. They know to play that dance between both sides of them. When is it appropriate to tap in one or the other, right? Because nobody wants a business owner or a leader that just won't listen to anybody, just a big know-it-all type thing and just is not receptive at all. Okay, so that would be someone out of balance in their masculine. But like I mentioned, it's just important that I express to people that my personal view is not that one is better than the other. There's no value judgment. It's more about, again, just knowing that we are all of it. We are inherently all of it. We are born all of it. And having wisdom and discretion to know how to use our own resources. And I'll also say, just to clarify, that when we talk about masculine and feminine, at least for me, it's not a stereotypical thing. Although in those two examples, I kind of gave more stereotypical, but I'm just trying to relate to our audience what I'm talking about. Masculinity and femininity is an essence. I love that you mentioned that in the intro, Eric. You said it's an energy. It absolutely is, because it's not about how you identify. It's not necessarily even about your sexuality or what you have for your sexual organs. It's an essence you're bringing, that you can be more in your feminine when you walk into a room. As a man, you can go home from work and walk into your household with your wife and your child and be in your feminine receptive energy because work is done. And now you're open, you go with the flow. Maybe your kid throws something at you, your wife screaming, like you just go with the flow. That's very feminine, okay? Rather than if you were in your masculine when you walk in, you were like, oh, where's dinner? We gotta get this done. And, just kind of more directive. So it's all beautiful. It's all good. But like you, my show is about empowering people to know we have choices. and we have choices about how we behave and how we think and what we do and who we are. And we can choose. Take that moment before you walk in that door to your home, and who am I going to be when I walk in this door? What's my energy like? Check in, be self-aware. And that's really what it is all about. So I know I went off on a bit of a tangent, but as you can see, I'm kind of passionate about it.
Definitely. Well, I love it. And I like how you clarified it's not what many people may think when they hear masculine and feminine. They may be thinking male and female, which is a misconception. I mean, that's only, in a lot of ways, that's a generalization that puts a cap on gender, so to speak. Like there's obviously gender is a thing within, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but like within nature, there is male and female of different species. And that's, the basis of procreation. What we're talking about is beyond that. It has to do with behavior and choices based on a certain state of mind or state of being. And back to what we said, it's more of an essence, it's more of an energy. Don't think male, female, think masculine, feminine energy, and apply that principle to reach balance within yourself. Because if you're go, go, go all the time, or you're passive all the time, both of those are going to present an imbalance, I should say.